Hello and welcome to this Carveco Maker tutorial. Now this is for beginners. What you see me do in this Carveco Maker program, you can also do in Carveco Maker. So this is the page that presents itself to you, which is in the Help menu as you open the program. And of course you can go to the Carveco Help Center, the community of Carveco, or reference help within the program. And there is even a section on how to get started with Carveco Maker. So we're going to come over here to New Model and left click on that. This is going to be a 50mm or 2-inch pocket 5mm deep, and we're going to use this as a test piece on one of my new CNC routers, which is from SainSMART. It's the Genmitsu PROVerXL Plus, and it's the 6050, which is a good size CNC router. You know, if you've had a 3018 router, you know, this is the next good value serious router to go to. So we're gonna give ourselves a 100mm by 100mm. That's 4 inches by 4 inches in the old money. Well, we'll knock this back a little bit. Because we're doing a simple pocket, there's no need to have the resolution at maximum. You know, if it was a 3D carve-in as such, then I would suggest go maximum. And of course you can choose between inches and millimeters. I am used to working in millimeters, although I do plan on producing some tutorials in inches for those who work in inches. Now, this is the start of the program, okay, the orientation of the program. For CNC routers, it's normally down in the left corner here, but you can choose any corner that you wish, or even the center. I use the center maybe 25% of the time, because I find certain jobs that I'm doing, you know, it's easier to have it starting at the center, like a coin or something like that, and you would do a rotational cut starting from the center out. Okay, so for this particular job, we're going to start on the bottom left hand corner. So we're going to OK that. Right, so this is a yellowy goldy color, which indicates to me that this is jumped into the 3D window. You can change from 3D to 2D layers or windows by using these two tags here. You can actually draw in the 3D window if you know you wish, but it is easier to do it in the 2D view like this. Okay, so we come to view here. Just to help us out here a little bit, we're going to turn on the rulers. And because we chose this bottom left hand corner down here as our start point or our orientation in the beginning of the program, you'll see that the 0 line is there for the X, and the 0 line for the Y is here. So everything, you know, everything is 0 here, and everything this side of the line, and this side of that line indicates a positive number. So if you look at the numbers down here on this bottom line, you'll notice that they change as you move the cursor. Obviously, anywhere on this side of the line, this side of this Y line, and the X line is a positive number. If I come over here, you'll see it comes to a negative number. If I come over here, the X comes to a negative number, and the Y. Okay, so I just thought I'd point that out to you. So we're going to draw a simple circle. Now, if you had a look at my preceding video to this, I was describing to you Carveco Maker. Now, Carveco Maker has exactly the same tools. So all the tools down here are drawing or manipulating vector tools. A vector is quite simply any mark on this screen whatsoever, whether it's a line, a curve, at any length, it doesn't matter. It's a vector. Now, the difference between Carveco Maker and Carveco Maker Plus are these tools up here and these tools here. I'll just open this one. Now, these are 3D carving and manipulating tools. You can create a 3D model in this program. The same as these here. These allow you to do certain three-dimensional objects easily. So that is the difference between Maker Plus and Maker. Maker, you are only able to use the 3D reliefs within the program. You can actually import 3D reliefs into the program, and you can manipulate them, you can smooth them, and you can also make them deeper or higher or lower and a different size. But that is what you're restricted to in Carveco Maker. With Carveco Maker Plus, you can actually make your own 3D model. That'll be for the future. So what we're going to do now is do a simple 2D pocket. So we're going to choose a circle. We're going to come over here to the middle of the screen, and we're going to left click, drag, release. Now we're going to come over here to this window, and we're going to choose, well, we're actually already in diameter mode, which is good. And we're going to write 50 millimeters. And here we're going to place this exactly in the center of this square. So we're just going to write in the Y direction, we're going to write 50, and in the X direction we're going to write 50. Because what we're telling Carveco is we want you to position that center of that circle 50 millimeters along the X-axis and the Y-axis, which is what we're actually doing here. And we're going to say create. And now we are positive now that that is absolutely in the middle of our piece of work. So the next job we're going to do is choose a tool and make a toolpath. So quick way of doing it, come up here and we want a 2D or 2.5D actually, and we want an area clearance because we want to machine this area out, and we want to machine all of this area, so it's called an area clearance. The selected vector, which is this one, start depth 0. I always put the 0 to the top of the material. I never use the actual base or the bed because you can have a couple of accidents with that. Finish depth of 5 millimeters. Allowance, just as a, I normally put the I put the allowance as the tolerance, so it's 0.025. I make those the same. Now we're going to add a tool, and the tools come up, and material. Let's have a look here. Wood, 6mm M-mill. That's the tool we want, and we're going to select that. So now we're going to alter these figures to suit our new router, which is, it's not an industrial big router with a 2.2 kilowatt spindle. So we're going to alter these to suit what we require. Well, actually, I'm going to put that one to 2.5 millimeter and 2.5 millimeter step down. That is okay. These are the ones that are important to alter. Now I'm just going to put 25 millimeters, 25 millimeters per second, which is quite fast enough for this. It's only a 300 watt spindle. And I'm going to make this one 12. We don't want it digging in too quickly. 15,000 RPM is about the maximum of this particular spindle on this router, so I'm going to leave it at that. Tool number 1. So we're going to do an offset strategy. I'm going to do climb milling. Starting point on the inside, which is what we require. Let me see. We're going to leave this at 0. Absolutely need ramp moves. Ramp angle 10 degrees, that's fine. Maximum length of the ramp movement 10 millimeters, that's all right. I'm going to make this one 2 because I do actually want it to move. I don't want it to not move. Start height, I'm going to say 2 millimeters. So we're going to start 2 millimeters above the material. We're going to start the ramp action down in. Safe height, oh, look, 10 millimeters is alright. It's probably a little bit too much for this little rotor, so I'm going to say safe to be 5 millimeters and 0 position. The material is 19 millimeter, which is roughly 3/4 of an inch. Yep, that's all okay. And we'll just give this a bit of a label, so it's okay, 6050 test. And it's a 6 millimeter. end mill. I abbreviate everything actually. Better put a space there. I abbreviate all my headings, everything actually. As long as I know what they are, it's fine. Calculate now. And there it is. There's a toolpath. So to get a better view of this, we're going to first of all come out of that. Then we're going to go to the 3D window and then we're going to go to the isometric view, so we're going to see this actually cut, and then we're going to come here, simulate. Standard simulate. Oh, it might be a bit slow. We'll go fast, which will be just fine, and simulate. And we're going to press go, and we'll speed this up a little bit. It's done. I didn't really want to wait around for this to sort of go slowly in and around. So change to a project. So I just changed the tab over here to the project window because there's something I want to do. I want to click on the simulation, and I want to this, I suppose, represents a piece of aluminium or something like that. But what I want to do is alter it to my normal, which is bronze actually. Let's apply that. Much better. I think you let me have a look here. That's better. I think you'll agree that looks a lot better than trying to see through the lines. You turn them off and on by this. You can turn them off and on by this little window here. But I think it looks better like this. So that's how to do a toolpath. So now what we need to do is, actually I just went on to toolpaths there, which brought up this window. Because then I can choose what I want to do, and I want to save this toolpath. I'm going to save it to my desktop as I normally do. Cut one, which is fine. I'm going to go 60-50, 60-50. And it's a 6mm end mill. Okay, now then, a lot of people have trouble. Oh, what do I save it in? This is a post processor. Okay, so we're going to open up all the processors, if I can say it. Now, the one I normally use for all of my outputs is G-code millimeter tap. There's no frills with this one. All CNC routers or milling machines understand this. Obviously, if you're using Mach 3, you'd go to the millimeter output for Mach 3, which is way down here somewhere, or Haas. There's Haas there. It caters for lots and lots. Here we go, here's Mach 3 and Mach 4 somewhere. So Mach 3 millimeter tap. So it does cater for an awful lot, but because I'm using a CNC router with a GRBL, and where are we? We've gone too far. Because I'm using a machine with GRBL or Global, I'm also using UGS as a program to administer the G-code. I find that G-code millimeter tap serves this type of process with the program that I'm using and the GRBL board inside. This is the best one that I have found that's a good all-rounder. So we're going to save that, and it's done. And basically that's it. So there's our first simple toolpath made in Carveco Maker Plus. Now don't forget, underneath this video there is a discount code for any of the programs for Carveco, and any way that you decide to whether you want to purchase or whether you want to lease per month, per year, doesn't matter, you still get the same discount. Even if you're a professional and you want the main Carveco program, the discount still applies. You need to use the address that accompanies the code that is below this video. So thank you for watching the video today, and I hope it's been help to you. It's all very simple, and if you have, please like and subscribe, and if you really like and appreciate what I'm doing with these videos, you may like to become a patron to the channel, because there's no revenue left on YouTube or Google. It's the patrons actually support the channel and keep it going. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you'll pop in and see one of my other videos. So it's bye for now.